球迷朋友们，我们一起来倒数，5、4、3、2、1。来自中国香港 ，from Hong Kong, China, WONG Chuqin and Group1.
WONG Chuqin and his familiar partner, WTT, have been through so much as the representatives and the heroes of Hong Kong, China down the years. Now they must do what they did last night and battle if they're to make the semi-finals here at the WTT finals. And this is who they'll play.
来自中国 from China, WONG Chuqin, Yingsha.
The reception from the full house here inside this wonderful arena tells you all you need to know. There's Shasha. She's got WONG Chuqin, of course, as her partner here, and they are formidable. They are a partnership that came into this event as wild cards, but remember, reigning world champions, and of course they are 5-time Grand Smash mixed doubles winners as well. So it is those who would look to top the table against those who simply want to get into the semi-final reckoning any way they somehow can. Well, this is the format then. It's the best of 5 games here, and they were taken to 5, the Hong Kong-China pair, by the Indians, Chitale and Shah, in their last outing. A quick look at the tail of the table, and I'll tell you this for free, a head-to-head that does not favor the pair on the right. In all competitions, it's something like 10-0, but we'll get into that in more detail in just a moment, because they have experienced the 29 and 34-year-old on their side, and also they will have support and the desire to do it in their hometown. Ingrid Bogren has the honor of getting things underway at the start of this evening session that promises to be captivating.
Players.
It's a full house. There's a buzz. There's a tangible excitement around this wonderful arena. And it's time now for the coin toss before we begin our build-up in earnest.
Black or red? Red, you are black. Red, winner of the toss, WONG and Do. Receive. Boom. And receive. Do.
They've been here before, they know what they're doing. That was settled very, very quickly indeed. And here we go. The night time, most definitely the right time here in Hong Kong, China. These two, of course, have seen plenty of action already. WONG Chuqin in singles action earlier on. But let's focus on what's happened in the doubles. So they're in a position now, of course, where they've only played the 2 matches so far. But with a win, they would go above Lin Shidong and Guaiman, who earlier on beat Manu Shah and Dia Chitale to complete their record as a 2-1. As for the Hong Kong-China pair, well, they can, of course, get to 5 points as well, and then we will get into a little look at countback in terms of games won, which does not favor them at this time. Delighted to say that Adam Bobrow is here for what promises to be an absolutely crackling, wonderful evening session. Excited, Adam?
Oh yeah, there's just so much going on right now, so much on my mind. And between these two pairs, yeah, the head-to-head heavily favors WONG Chuqin and Yingsha. But I think WTT and WONG Chuqin are a strong pairing, and you never know.
Well, we will find out soon enough. Let's just remind everybody what it's about here, as well as a very healthy chunk of ITTF World Ranking points in doubles, the final one of the season. There is a substantial prize money to be won, and that money in the mixed doubles, 14,500, which will be boosted, of course, here, as will the entire prize pot across these finals when we get to the weekend. But more than anything, Adam, we're here for entertainment. We're here with 2 sets of pairs who really can play this doubles game brilliantly. 82% the vote in favor of the favorites by any measure here. At WorldTableTennis.com, we value your contribution and we really appreciate your votes ahead of any of the matches we bring you here. this week. Chuqin dropped a game against Alexei Lebrun in his men's singles quarterfinal earlier on, but otherwise was highly impressive. Yingsha seeing off the danger of the world's #5 player, WONG in her first singles outing. They're in form, it's fair to say. Adam, let's see how this one's going to shape up.
Yeah, it should be exciting. Alternating shots as usual. Serves from the right side of the table on the diagonal. There's going to be a lot of signaling under the table, and we've got a best-of-5 battle to begin.
First game, soon to serve, WONG. WONG.
Let's just explain the formula for you here. The top 2 in these groups qualify. We have Group 1 and Group 2. The team that finishes top of Group 1 will play the runners-up in Group 2. Now, we've, of course, already seen what's happened in that group. And then it will be the second place in this group going against the winners of Group 2. Group 2 really has been dominated by the Korea Republic's Im Jong-hoon and Shin Yu-bin, topping things out. Perfect record for them.
1-3.
It's a tough crossover when you have to face either the world #1 or the 3-time defending world champions. Both pairs from Team China, no matter which spot you end up on.
Yeah.
1 or 2 from your group.
Oh, how about this? And the last thing that we'll do before we sit back and revel in the actual play is just explain, in case you have only just joined us for the first time this week, we have 7 pairs that qualified, and then the pair on the left in black came in as the most formidable wildcards you will ever see. That's why we have such a heavily stacked Group 1 in this event. Now, let's get to some pretty spectacular action. What have we seen so far, Adam?
The shot, or the point before this, that angle from Shasha, you couldn't draw better if you had all the time in the world. She was on the run and still completely out of reach.
4-3.
And just to wrap up the other group situation, we still have one more match to go. That's Sora Matsushima and Miwa Haramoto against Ugo Calderano and Bruna Takahashi. That one being a battle for second place in that group, because we've already seen 3 defeats for Alvaro Robles and Maria Schau of Spain, the 4th team in Group 2.
Good flick here from Wang Chunting using that penhold grip inside the table. He's been quite aggressive. Du Hoi Kem the same. But as 2 right-handed players, they're at a little bit of a disadvantage in terms of positioning. Pair in black, righty-lefty is nice.
Oh, this is going to be an absolutely wonderful spectacle. You know, there's so much to admire about Wang Chuqin. Even his hand signals have got a bit of panache about them.
Yeah, confidence just exudes every action, every step. It's a behavior, it's a personality. It takes time, it takes work. A lot of these players, it comes with humility too. I mean, he says hi to all the players. He pats players on the back. He says, good game. After a tough loss, he says, tough loss. And he's very, very honest.
I was lucky enough to talk to Chuqin after that win against Alexei earlier on, and he gave some great answers there. He does. He thinks about it, and he spoke very well about the fact that, yeah, he's been unbeaten here in WTT finals play since 2022 in singles, but still had to be professional and focus on every single challenge as it comes.
5-7.
The challenge here, of course, for them is to eat further into this 2-point deficit against the Hong Kong-China pair who are giving it all.
Yeah, I think all this conversation about everything else that's going on in this event right now, the reality is, in a best-of-5, the 3-time world champs are trailing.
But only just. Last time we saw these in action, meeting in WTT action, was the Saudi Smash in 2024. Straight games, the win for Wang and Sun.
The speed on this serve to play it that close to your baseline and that close to your opponent's baseline. Remember, you've only got half of the table to serve to, which removes a lot of mystery in terms of location. And a timeout now. The pair in blue's side, Baby Shark and Wang Chunting in game number 1. This is how important it is. But you mentioned, I don't know if you have, their head-to-head 10-0. Wang Chuqin and Sun Yingsha.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Instructions there from Zhang Rui to this pair, who are no strangers to hardship. Du and Wang found themselves in all kinds of trouble against the Indians, Shah and Chitale, last night. They squandered a 2-game lead. Saw the Indians fight back to 2-all and then rediscovered their mojo in the 5th to win. Oh, that's what he does.
All you have to do is think back to the first point of this match. There was a long push as deep as can be, and he wasn't able to cover with this shot. Well, the adjustment has been made. Have you ever seen Shasha lob? That right there, it was almost like she was about to spin it heavily and thought, you know what, I'll just play for positioning and let Wang Chuqin take the big counterattack. And for the first time in a long time, I will say, I feel like she quickly regretted it, but she's moved on.
It's really fun to see these players who we know so well in the singles realm cast in a different role. Chuqin there, for example, stepping into the table and delivering something nearer the net. It's fun, this doubles format. It brings something out in them. And you might argue in the case of Lin Shidong and Guaiman, it's been the making of them as well.
Play, please.
Good save, gets the underspin from under the table. Chuqin takes fortune and turns it right back around. You're not always going to have a smooth road to wherever you're going, but if you know how to coast over those speed bumps and adapt, man, he is like water. In the land of Bruce Lee, he is uncontainable.
You called it, because Chunting, you see the smile on his face? He was like, what? What did he put on that ball below the table?
That's where the magic happens. That's where snakes live.
10-9.
That's it. All the magic in the world. And it's a game point to the home crowd here, to the home team. Wang Chunting with Du Hoi Kem on the serve.
And on the serve very effectively, thank you very much. So for the first time in this event, Wang Chuqin and Sun Yingsha surrendering again.
Well, the timeout has been cashed in, and Zhang Rui will be right back to spitting some knowledge here, wisdom, confidence, and encouragement for the pair that leads 1-0 in this best of 5.
What a start to this evening session in front of a full house inside the Hong Kong Coliseum, our arena for this WTT Finals, Hong Kong 2025.
Second game, due to serve, level. One, love.
You heard the score, you see the score. A game to love. The Hong Kong-China pair doing all they can do to force themselves into the reckoning, to move level on points if they can beat this legendary pairing. And move level on points with Lin Shidong and Guaiman, who of course lost to Wong and Sun.
1, 2. All.
Looked as if the very emptiness of that was just a little bit surprising for Chen Teng. But he in turn elicits a disapproving reaction from Wang Chuqin. No answer to that. Down the middle it went, and even though Du got there, too late. She had to dig that out, Xia. That really was deep from Du once again. Once again, the women's world #1 showing her incredible qualities on receive. And that was just little shades of Chuqin there, that little spin away, cartwheeling forehand.
The most impressive thing to me is how thinly and finely Xia contacted that ball. It was a full stroke, but the racket speed didn't guide a lot of speed to the ball, just a lot of spin.
And then a passage of play so fast, thanks to the lightning fast reactions of Wong, that actually took her a little bit by surprise. It came back hard and fast.
Du Hoi Kim's finishing shot was not an easy ball. She was way back and still snuck it through.
Again, Du's on the receiving end. We are witnessing some superbly high quality stuff here.
Variation in the spin game. Wang Chuqin keeps it subtle. Subtlety's a major name of the game. If you ever get a service coach, I mean, one stands out, of course. Craig Bryant is just crazy. You can watch him do whatever he wants to the ball, and some of the best in the world can't receive it. The subtlety, that's what the pros know.
Left, 4, 8.
Speaking of subtle, honor system here, everyone all around. Ingrid, quick to be on the lead.
Yeah. Oh, again. No way.
This is the best point of the entire week so far. I've seen nothing better. It looked over. You can't hit a winner better and then expect it to come back even more. 18 shots. Xia pulled the Zhangji Ke. Half of the people in this battle were out of position half of the time. Leg sweep finally, and it brings Du Hoi Kim to her knees. This is like a Madonna music video on the table.
18 shots, about 13 of them were astonishing. Oh, and here we go again.
5.
This is wonderful entertainment.
That 1 point has serious scar power. pushes into the net, okay, you can forget about that. That point won't be forgotten anytime soon.
10-5.
But at the end of all this, just have a look at the score. It's a 5-game point scenario here for Sun Yingsha and Wang Chuqin to level things up.
10-5. 11-5.
You think Wang Chunting thought he hit a winner? That's the longest after-stroke pause I've seen in a long time. The forehand stays out as if to say, too pretty, but it comes back and he has to play one more shot. Wang Chuqin and Sun Yingsha level the playing field and they are on their way.
You're right. He was not expecting that. And in the end, Xia does what she does. We've seen that little fall away forehand of hers a couple of times as they level things up, 1 each now. Would you just look at and listen to that? This is what the WTT finals here in Hong Kong, China is all about. Full house this evening, and this is just the start. We've got more mixed doubles. We've got 3 knockout singles quarterfinals to come. It is a wonderful evening. Of the best in world table tennis. And speaking about the best, if you give him a chance like that, there's only one outcome.
One of the toughest shots in the game demonstrated to perfection there. Both of them can do that. Xia and Wang Chuqin, that forehand flick. So the momentum continues here from the most celebrated pair in the game.
Love 3.
You know, it's amazing. Those 2 players, the ones you mentioned, the other end of the table there, Wang Chuqin and Sun Yingsha, arrived at this venue just a little while earlier on, and all around, pedestrian crossings, footbridges, people were looking to try and get a glimpse, get a picture of them.
4 love.
Even in the MTR station, they have a reel that just keeps rolling around of that pair up there in their table tennis for fans to enjoy. And it brings business.
Everywhere you go. Oh, that is really tasty from Wang Chunting.
Yeah, Wang Chunting, much like Du Hoi Kem in the last game, found a way from behind the table to really pull out an impressive parallel shot, a winner from back.
Left 4.
And again, he gets that racket up so high in the follow-through sometimes, holds the pose like the greatest of golfers.
2-4.
Well, there's been no let up in the quality here. This has been the best we've seen, I think, in terms of just individual shot making. We've seen great teamwork, in particular, from Im Jong-hun and Shin Yu-bin, in terms of the way a doubles pair works. But individually, we're seeing brilliance here.
Shot after shot, the combinations, the flick inside the table, Wang Chunting, placement, and Du Hoi Kem right there for the cleanup. The power. Top edge of Wang Chuqin's racket. Usually he can react in time. That's Du Hoi Kem for you.
Just going back to that previous point and the reaction from Wang Chuqin, I love the way all 4 players are buying into this. They're performing out there. They're turning on the drama. Just a little gesture here and there, a reaction, an exaggeration. It's a great spectacle. They are so lucky to be here.
Is that the media section or the VIP section? You can bump the table. If you move it, that's another story, but these tables are sturdy. It's an old rule that was basically there for when tables were not attached so strongly, but momentum here, just like running into that table, 12 of the last 16 points for Xiaotou.
3-8.
And they are wresting control of this final round-robin match in their group. 5 points the gap. They pulled it back to 1 game apiece, of course, having dropped the first.
Eight, 4.
Hits the net, but doesn't hit the opponent's side of the table. So while Wang Chunting misses his shot, it doesn't matter because the opponent missed it first. Take a look one more time in case you were confused. No table there, but right there just in case. Once the ball misses the table, the point is over. That's it. I know there are a lot of misconceptions in recreational play about, oh, but you hit it. Doesn't matter. It missed the table.
9-4.
And amidst all of the bombastic, spectacular shots, we're seeing some high-quality serving here as well. Two in a row
10.
from Wang Chuqin puts them on the brink of taking a lead here. 6 game points. And that's what they do. Get their noses in front. 1 game away now from rounding out a perfect group stage, unless the pair from Hong Kong, China can fight back.
这个球不能就是说一个别人打得好，这个引起别人的出没，这是规律，这必须要做好的。下一局呢，还是按照我们第二局的战术，就是大头就是说这个球可以去过正手，就男生又掰了正，他哪拉这个那个谁哪拉的是远是吧？就是这样，1码米整这档球容易转一些。啊，金花球我也是不较劲儿，好拉好扭扭，不好扭可以。不追求完美啊，始终打成这个样，而且别人拼的这么好是正常的。
Reminder for you that a brand new, wonderful year of WTT action is underway. Champions Doha 2026, 7th to 11th of January. Tickets at worldtabletennis.com. Scan that QR code for more. And that is going to be just the start of something with a brand new Champions event for you to get things up and running. Another 6 Champions event, 4 Grand Smash once again, and another epic year ahead. But let's get this one finished first. 2025 coming to a climax here in Hong Kong, China, with these WTT finals.
4th game, 2 to serve, love all. One love.
Must-win stuff now for the Hong Kong, China pair if they are to finish with a smile on their faces.
Love 2.
So quick inside the table there. Chunting.
Love 3.
Sneaky on the receive, quick down the line, just brushing the back of it, painting that line in every sense. Flick game strong. Wang Chunting on the receive has been quite unpredictable. Short strokes. Shows push for the briefest of moments, and that brings in Wang Chuqin for the short play, and then quick turns it over, pancake flip.
Left 4 love.
They are really going for it.
The timing, the aggression, the fearlessness, not a point dropped yet. The pair in blue, Wang Chunting and Du Hoi Kem of Team Hong Kong, China, keeping their ground, shortening their strokes, rackets high. It's a tall order, but they're up to it so far. Again, it's the same idea. Stay close, stay ready, act quickly. Move, get the feet, the upper body in position. Look at the bend on that ball from Wang Chunting, the replay. Channeling his inner Wang Liqin. Wang Chuqin had to look at that and say, did I see that right? Am I tripping? That's how his voice sounds when he talks to himself.
Is that right?
Yep.
Love 7.
Well, how about this for a scoreline?
No skunks, not in professional table tennis, but it is a shocker of a scoreline. Still not over yet, but you can imagine a decider at this point.
7.
No guarantees. We've seen bigger comebacks. Just
and that's
saying.
how you start. Yeah, we've seen it before, and you wouldn't put anything past this pair.
Timing once again aggressive, out in front, doing everything they can to take time away from the opponents. Short strokes, forward weight, balls of the feet, full extension, and it's another point in the right direction. This one is crazy because for the briefest of moments, they found themselves a step and a half behind the table. Wang Chunting, inside out, the mislead with the upper body, the shoulders said nothing. And if he can keep this much discretion about where the ball is going, deception, no tell, it's 9 game points.
And we are going there. Whoa. That is an amazing scoreline in the context of what we've seen thus far in this match. We're going to go to a 5th here. And I'm going to get tangled up in a moment in permutations. Although actually in this group, it's not that complicated. So we're going to have to think about that. We'll come back before action gets going again and tell you what happens should the Hong Kong-China pair win this.
Fifth game, soon to serve, Lavon.
The decider begins, Xia.
And coming into this decider, you might be looking at the table in Group 1. And when it comes to this group, remember, it started off with 5 points for Lin Shidong and Kwaiman by courtesy of 2 wins and 1 defeat. 4 points for Shatao. And even if they were to lose, they would then pick up another point to take them to 5. Of course, we've seen a win and a loss for the Hong Kong-China pair. That would take them a win up to 5 as well. If you have a 2-team head-to-head, you go straight away to results between the 2 teams, or the 2 pairs. If you bring 3 into it, they start looking at the ratio of games won to games lost. But it's already been determined that even if Sun and Wang were to lose 2-3, they would still be first.
Short side of the table again, Wang Chunting. They've really played a risky match, especially in the later part of last game. Catching the edge here just to divert the trajectory. Nearly impossible to return this ball in real time. It's the only way you can is in real time. It's not like you can choose slow-mo and then just neo that. TTR in real time.
You see Chuqin's body shape at the end of that. So it might just turn out that because they lost out in their head-to-head against Lin Shidong and Huai Man, that this might just be a tremendous effort in vain by the Hong Kong-China pair. But what an effort this is.
They were beaten 3-0 by Huai Man and Lin Shidong. Which would basically mean that Yingsha and Wang Chuqin have the best loss possible if they're beaten here. That's an if.
Yeah.
First towel break, and so far they're showing no signs of anything close to the repeat of the scoreline from last game. 2 games before, 11-5, 11-4, quite dominant, but 11-1 the next. It's crazy.
I couldn't really think of a better way to start off an evening session at these finals. This has just been wonderful entertainment. Don't get me wrong, there's loads riding on this as well. But they've served up something so special here. And huge credit to the Hong Kong-China pair for the part they're playing in this. Another reminder of his sheer genius.
Yeah, this one straight behind the ball as fast as can be. The length of the table, if it was anywhere else, it probably would have been too long, but he knows this. Top spin right to the orange lines to the corner.
And that's at pretty much full extension as well. He's stepped in there. He's in the table again, a different stroke to finish, but same result.
The table doesn't move, but still players want that attack so bad that you will see hands and wrists meet table.
Oh, the pirouette!
1 foot. We've seen some postures and poses out here.
Do you think Chuqin's enjoying himself a little bit out here?
I think he always is, and I think that's one of the key secrets to getting excellent at anything.
Oh, yeah.
If you're enjoying it, you just treat the experience differently.
Some 10,000 fans really enjoying this, and wherever you're watching around the world, I hope you're loving the action we're bringing you here.
Nice Chiquita to start. Bit aside with the top on the backhand. It's crazy to me that Wang Chuqin has been able to just will this past on so many occasions throughout this match. Starting last game for me, it's come up a few times before, but it's like he's found that extra energy. That adrenaline has carried him to whatever percentage he needs to just juice this ball up even more.
The wonderful thing about Wang Chuqin and his partner Do is that wherever you go around the world, whatever event, you can count on one thing. These guys will be there and they will be giving it absolutely everything. That's why Chuqin, for example, earlier on this year was named the Hong Kong Sports Star, a really prestigious award handed to him for his contribution. So here we are. Let's listen in.
So this is more heads coming together to discuss the possibilities of what might shut down the aggression of the other side. I think the juxtaposition of when the timeouts have come in this match is really a thing of beauty. 7-7 in game 1 for Du Hoi Kim and Wang Chunting. 7-6 in the decider, game number 5, for a pair that's trying to figure out how to shut down a fearlessly aggressive, bold pair in Team Hong Kong, China. Again, every shot just charged up that much more. If you can force yourself to believe that anything is possible and you're willing to commit to it, that's been almost every shot. The discussion sounded like placement and about the short game. 7 points apiece.
Seven, 8.
Big point for Shato. Touch game, mixing it up.
Nine, 7.
9-7, a little bit of breathing room here.
It's been interesting. Both of these teams feel like, or pairs feel like they've got home court advantage in different ways, and they both do.
10-7.
10-7, it's 3 match points after a simply extraordinary struggle here. Is this going to be the end of the road for the Hong Kong-China pair, who must try to save 3 match points?
8-10.
Well,
Baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark. That's Du Hoi Kim, by the way.
yeah, I've heard she's a dancer.
Although, interestingly enough, many call Sha that as well because Shayu means shark.
Yeah.
So here we go, 1 match point saved. The plot thickens, and out of the 3rd towel break, the receiving pair need to take at least, well, they need to take one of these 2. And when I say need to, I mean they could still win it in deuce, but right now Du Hoi Kim and Wang Chunting are 1 point away from that deuce in the decider.
You take 2 service points off Sha. You've got the ball back in hand, in Wang Chunting's hand specifically, and you're within 1 of going to deuce. It's only fitting that this should end this way. What a match it's been.
The soft spin, Du Hoi Kim counters the most uncomfortable ball softly. She spins it shallow, and this right here keeps hopes alive. Deuce in the decider. Alternating serves until one pair has a 2-point lead. Took his chances. It's worked out. This is what they've had to do, comfortable or as uncomfortable as it may be. A long push here. Sha finding just the pressure point to set up yet another match point. Fourth match point.
You could hear a pin drop.
Net 10-11.
Listen to that crowd just letting out some nervous tension.
That almost was a pin drop.
Oh boy. Scrapple the talk of permutations, put away the calculators, and sit back and just revel in what we've witnessed here. A win and a 3rd win for Wang Chuqin and Yingsha. But boy, this pair from Hong Kong, China pushed them all the way. How much did you enjoy that, Adam?
A lot. I think math is fun. I think hypotheticals are fun. And I think incredible rallies with unpredictable fearlessness. Yep, Wang Chuqin to Wang Chunting. Whatever he said, you have to imagine it was a bright compliment, something to the effect of, man, that could have gone either way, and then something humble back. But a lot of respect from all the players with Wang Chuqin. And Wang Chunting, as nice as they come, but he played a dangerous game.
What's really impressive and admirable about this Hong Kong-China pair is I was just looking at the ratio, which would have determined things. Had they won this one, and it would have been 3 teams level, then Xia and Chuqin would have been top. But because they dropped a couple of games against the Indians, then it would have meant that the ratio did not favor the Hong Kong-China pair in their record against Lin Shidong and Kuai Man. So there it is, confirmation that with a perfect 6 points, it's Wang and Sun top the group. And then Lin and Kuai coming in, having dropped just that 1 with 5 points. And then a valiant effort, but in the end, just 4 to finish 3rd with Manu Shah and Dia Chidale in 4th place. Whoa, that was a great start to the evening. So, we now will be seeing what happens. This is from Group 2. This is going to be a winner-takes-all encounter between Hanamoto and Matsushima and Takahashi and Calderano. That's next. Welcome back to the WTT Finals, Hong Kong 2025. You know, this year-ending festival of table tennis, this creme de la creme, best of the best, is always special. But with the addition of the mixed doubles event, it brought a new element to proceedings. We have just seen a wonderful encounter between the eventual winners of their group and those who've now finished 3rd, failing to qualify. Now we're going to see what happens in terms of the second of those groups before we'll build up to some spectacular singles action. Let's now